Give me your first chord of this, please. B flat major. Bum. Give me your first chord, please. How are we splitting softs? Normally 1 and 2. Here we go. B flat major. Give me your first chord. Again. A little bit higher in the alto. Yes, beautiful. Now at a pianist level. Yeah. Nice. We'll be singing this in the inner porch carol service style. Okay, let my prayer. Here we go.
One of the famous quotations from St. Augustine is that he who sings prays twice. We don't do a huge amount of advertising to get people to join the choir. It's people who have a sort of a natural instinct for the sort of things that we do just seem to mainly appear.
What I've noticed about the people who come here is that everyone is really like themselves.
It is such a family and such a community. We're all so different, but we all just get on so well.
There is no music without the people, so I think the people and the music are kind of like intertwined. What's really wonderful is it's like this group of people, like we're all so weird in the right way. Like weird dorks and nerds who are really passionate about music, who also really enjoy hanging out with each other.
We met when I joined, which was in September. Yeah. We got our schnozzes pierced together.
When I started as an undergraduate, it wasn't nearly as inclusive as it is now. It was almost exclusively Church of Ireland singing in the choir. If I have made any achievements, I think making it very inclusive is one of the things that I was very keen to do. Music and theology have a lot in common. They're trying to touch things that are very intangible and very difficult to quantify and very difficult to nail down in exact details.
It's also sacred because it's kind of it's humans making that noise.
Yeah.
And I think there's something so special when humans can create beauty like that. Mm-hmm. Especially when it's people your age, like people like you. We all kind of have different relationships with faith and religion, and we all kind of come from different backgrounds. I think that everyone, no matter who they are, they do recognize there's so much peace in the music, and like there's kind of this atmosphere of just calm.
It's really special.
I didn't grow up religious. I mean, I always went to mass with my grandparents. I made the choice to actually pursue faith.
I'm probably quite agnostic actually. To me, it's whatever brings the individual the most peace, I guess.
I'm kind of just happy that religion that I'm not necessarily a part of comes with really great music. Yeah. There's some really interesting pieces that we get to do, and you just wouldn't find them anywhere else.
In a different choir setting.
No.
Yeah.
I've never felt particularly Christian or spiritual, but I've always been singing. And I think there are moments in my life where if I know when the music's that good, it's like if this is what it feels like to really believe in God or feel like a higher power or feel like a sense of Christian belonging and kind of siblinghood with everybody there. It's like when the music is just right.
Certainly, no matter what religion people are, there's definitely a sense of just feeling really there's always an extra layer to singing something really well. You can feel it. It's like a tension kind of that I think people feel regardless of what religion they are.
As soon as you come in to a sacred building like this, you kind of feel you're allowed to be in that safe space and really exist in it and be aware of everything that you're doing in that moment and focus on this one task you have at hand, which is reading a piece of sheet music and singing and trying to make it sound nice.
You can, of course, sing a mass, but what's the meaning behind it without the service? I don't want something subpar to be in church. I want something that's worthy to be sung with a choir, and especially a choir of this caliber.
When you do the music right and it's in pocket and it's dialed in, that could be God, or that could be a feeling of grace or whatever. At the end of the piece, if we hit the dynamics right and Donica like gets us off all together and we're like just dead on with him, you can hear the sound linger after we've stopped singing, and it'll like raise the hair on your arms, and it'll like you can really, it's like it gives you tingles.
I've been doing this thing for like over a decade now, so the nerve-wracking aspect has been like kicked out of me because we do services so regularly. Like we do a mini concert twice a week, you know what I mean? You build such a confidence, and you also build like a mental rigor that helps you understand that if you mess up on something, if you mess up on a piece, you sing like a billion wrong notes, chances are nobody's noticed and nobody cares. You just come out of the service being like, okay, that's it, I messed up. Right, let's think about the other thing, you know what I mean? Like, let's move on.
Not Israel's. Israel's. A light touch. F major. 1, 2. No. Gotta be with me. Gotta be with me. 1, 2. No. No. 1, 2.
It certainly is a big commitment, and I think for a lot of the people singing in the choir, it actually becomes a very large part of their college life when they're here, and something which they take away with them as in their memories of their time in Trinity.
Donica does an insane amount of work. It's like 90% him.
Also, something else I'd like to say is the TB Glory and Honor and Lauds are stunning.
He pretty much makes the whole thing. Like.
No problem. And then when we get to the end of all these sections, the TB are getting back into tempo with me for the Glory and Honor and Laud, but we should just be continuing the same tempo the whole throughout. Yes. I only started conducting last summer, so I have no real grounding in it. I was very scared for a long time. I remember my first rehearsal conducting, I stood up in front of the choir and like literally sweat pouring down my face. It's terrifying, but you know, it takes all other thoughts out of your mind, and it can still be quite intimidating, but I think I'm getting better. It's totally changed the direction of my life since I started conducting.
I think we all know what's expected of us and what we can do if we really put our minds to it. You know, we all know each other pretty well. We know Donica, we know his conducting style. I think people at the moment are just really like clued in, and they know how the music is meant to sound, and we're like actually making that.
If the music is beautiful, then people are going to want to do as good of a job with it as they can. I think if you're going to a concert, what you're looking for isn't just to hear the artist performing. You want something else that's kind of, you can't put your finger on, some kind of atmosphere. And the music is crucial to it, but it's not the only part of it. No round. This is bar 64, Glory to Thee.